Hi, everyone. It's Carol here from Tapping Into Sleep, and I have a guest today, Leigh Anne. So, Leigh Anne is a friend of mine who is also an EFT practitioner, and we've done some tapping together in the past. And I've also helped Leigh Anne with some of her sleep issues that she's had. And so, I invited Leigh Anne here today because the issue she's having right now is waking up through the night. When you said you call it getting into a spin when you wake up to use the washroom and get back to bed,
Yep.
right? Which is it's an issue that a lot of people have. And so we're going to do some tapping to demonstrate on how that would work and how we don't know what's going to happen. We just know that we're going to go with that and see where the energy takes us and see if we can't release some of that negative energy that happens at like 2 or 3 a.m. How does that sound?
That sounds perfect. Looking forward to
Okay.
it.
All right. Tell me a little bit about it. So what happens when you wake up to use the washroom at night?
So I wake up and I find that part of me is trying to quiet a voice that wants to bring up that laundry list of worries. So the daytime
Yes.
worries, that little voice wants to remind me of the little things. Maybe it's the to-do list, the not to-do list, all of those things. This little voice wants to bring to my attention at 3 in the morning when the other part of me just wants to go back to bed and get a good restful sleep.
Yeah.
So, what I find recently is that I'm trying to quiet that little voice, literally, like have a conversation and say, nope, not right now. Can't do it this list. Need to save for later. But it's definitely disrupting my sleep patterns because I just want to get back to sleep.
Just want to get back to sleep. And by saying no, not right now, you're actually activating that voice to kind of, I'm going to call it fight back or talk back or right. So, okay. So when this happens, so we're going to set this up as in this moment, we're going to pretend that it's like 3 o'clock for Leigh Anne when she woke up and like she's having that conversation with herself because we know that the mind doesn't know between real or imagined. So even just re-bringing up that event right now, what is that line that gets to you? So if you think about that moment, what brings up more activation for you in your system?
So I feel it in my body, us talking about it. So, talking about not having to worry about time, the body knows. I can feel it in my system right now, and it's moving from my stomach up to my throat. But
Okay.
it's the phrase that I'd say would be not right now. Like it's me saying to that part of me at 3 a.m., not right now, not going to talk about this.
All
And I could
right.
feel that activation in my system.
All right. So 0 to a 10 when you say that, not right now.
It's probably about a 6 or 7 right in this moment.
Okay. So tell me the body sensation that is happening in your body. Describe those.
So it's like a little bit of a butterflies in my stomach, but I feel
Okay.
the energy of that moving from my stomach sort of up to my throat. And it's like my throat is a bit restricted. It's like
Okay.
it doesn't want to talk about this right now. There's definitely some resistance.
All right. So let's do a first round on that resistance there. So everybody follow along. Leigh Anne, you can change my words. Just interrupt me, say whatever you need to make sure that you feel that we resonate with your words. All right. So even though
Even though
I'm feeling these butterflies in my stomach right now,
feeling these butterflies in my stomach right now,
it's going from my stomach to my throat.
it's going from my stomach to my throat.
And I'm definitely feeling some restriction.
Definitely feeling some restriction.
Yeah, not right now.
Not right now.
Right here, right now, I'm okay.
Right here, right now, I'm okay.
And even though
Even though
I'm saying not right now to these thoughts,
I'm saying not right now to these thoughts,
feel these butterflies in my stomach.
feel these butterflies in my stomach.
Yeah, I feel this restriction.
I feel this restriction.
It's coming from my stomach up to my throat.
It's coming definitely from my stomach up through to my throat.
In this moment, I'm okay.
In this moment, I'm okay.
And even though
Even though
I feel these butterflies in my stomach,
I feel these butterflies in my stomach,
from my stomach to my throat.
from my stomach to my throat.
Yeah, feeling this restriction.
Feeling this restriction.
In this moment, I'm okay.
In this moment, I'm okay.
All right, that's going from my stomach to my throat.
Oh, it's coming from my stomach to my throat.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Mm-hmm. These butterflies in my stomach,
These butterflies in my stomach.
going from my stomach all the way up to my throat.
moving from my stomach all the way up to my throat.
It feels restricted.
Feels restricted.
Not right now.
Not right now.
I'm telling that voice, not right now.
Telling that voice, not right now.
Breath. So I want you to say that again, not right now.
Not right now.
The activation in your body right now.
My stomach has settled a bit. The butterflies don't really seem to be there, but I feel a heaviness in my chest.
Okay.
And it feels like the word conflict is what's coming to me right now.
Okay. And so what would that conflict be about?
It feels like it's the conflict between those two parts, the part that wants to go back to sleep and the part that is like, no, we're going to go through your list of things right now.
Okay. So
that's what the heaviness feels like.
All right. So this heaviness in the chest, 0 to a 10.
It's in this moment, it's a 5.
Okay. Even though I can feel this heaviness in my chest.
You feel this heaviness in my chest.
Right here, right now, I'm okay.
Right here, right now, I'm okay.
And even though I can feel this heaviness in my chest.
I can feel this heaviness in my chest.
In this moment, I'm okay.
In this moment, I'm okay.
Even if there's a conflict between those two parts of me.
Even if there's a conflict with those two parts of me.
And even though I can feel this heaviness in my chest.
I can feel this heaviness in my chest.
Right here, right now, I'm okay.
Right here, right now, I'm okay.
Right top of the head, this heaviness in my chest.
This heaviness in my chest.
What just happened there?
I just had a bit of an aha moment. And it was about conflict, because the shape and the feeling, the sensation lightened. But I was thinking, what is it about conflict that is causing this sensation? And the aha was just that discomfort of being in any sort of conflict and wanting to make sure that everybody's okay and everybody's looked after, which can bring conflict. Like could be conflict with me not being true to myself. Because I'm trying to make sure everybody else is okay, and that feels like it can be out of alignment with who I am. So even saying that is lightening my chest sensation. It's like getting that off my chest. Literally.
I just love how the ahas come. And so if we think of the conflict between these two parts of you in the middle of the night, the voice saying, oh, not right now, and the other voice kind of whispering, talking to you, still trying to give you the list of worries. What could be done in that moment instead? Instead of having this internal conflict, what else could you be doing?
What's coming to mind is some sort of dialogue between those two parts outside of 3 a.m. Doesn't need to happen at 3 a.m. No. But that feels like the next step would be to understand what these parts need in order to not get into it at 3 a.m. and have that conflict. Right.
Yeah. And just for the sake of this video, I'm also going to say that it could be putting the day to rest before going to bed at night, so that you write out all your worries so they don't show up in the middle of the night. And so those two parts don't have to come in and have a conflict in the middle of the night, because you've taken care of the conflict during the day.
And it's almost like that part that wants to talk to me at 3 a.m. is going, yes, that's what we need to do.
Right.
Because it feels like that part would feel acknowledged by the me that's waking up at 3 a.m. To say that, we know there's a list. We just don't need to hash it out right now. But for that part to feel supported, it's like, okay, well, can we have some time and space to put these things on paper so that I don't have to remind you at 3 a.m.
Exactly. All right. So how
Yeah.
does that feel? Because it feels like we have a game plan now.
That feels really good and definitely doable for me to have a list of things that will be on that list at 3 a.m. to put them out on
Yeah.
paper. And to add to that, it feels like sort of before going to bed, having kind of a dialogue to be like, okay, we've got the list. It's there.
It's
It's not
there.
changing overnight. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that feels a
Yeah.
lot better, a lot lighter for sure.
A lot lighter. So I want you to say this again. We started with the statement, not right now. 0 to a 10, how much energy intensity is behind that statement when you say it right now?
It's probably like a two.
I'll make it 2. Well, that's pretty good
Mm-hmm.
considering it's a 6 or 7 when we said it at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what does that mean about you that you could come up with this plan, that we have a plan?
It feels really empowering to know that I can put a plan in place that makes me feel safer.
Yeah,
Because there's safety in a plan of
there
knowing
is.
that I could put this out on a list out of my
Mhm.
mind, but still honoring those parts. So yeah, so it says that I have other ways of doing things. I don't have to. I don't have to solve this at 3 a.m.
Yes,
Yes, I can
yes.
take action before I go to bed.
I could take action before I go to bed.
Yeah, to help
Mhm.
ensure that I have a better sleep.
Yeah. And so by taking action before I go to bed, I don't have to worry about the conflict between these two voices.
No, no, that feels
Awesome.
so much lighter. Yeah.
Yeah. Put your hands on your heart. Just feel that energy. Having a plan. All right, everyone. So this is kind of an example of how you can take an event that happened in the middle of the night. We can start tapping, release the energy, and then create a plan behavior that will actually help you become that good sleeper that you are, because we are all good sleepers. Any last words, Leigh Anne? How was that for
No,
you?
that was wonderful. Even just checking in with the sensations I was experiencing, couldn't even put them on the scale. They're just not there anymore. That feels so much lighter. I
Cool.
have a plan.
I have a
Thanks,
plan.
Carol.
You're welcome. So, for everyone, if you would like my free guide, Journey to Better Sleep, 5 action steps to improve the quality of your life, just go to my website, tappingintosleep.com, and you can download your free guide there and subscribe to my channel because I'd love for you to see more of these amazing tapping sessions I can do with people. Bye.